Screen 2. Share. So you should all now be looking at the Get Connected Wi-Fi and Logging In page. This is a very quick and simple session. If other people are joining us, that will be great, but they'll join us when they join us. Following this session, then we'll move on to the Navigating and Learn UQ and the Systems and Software at UQ sessions. I will not start those sessions before their start times though. So if we do finish this one quickly and then the next one's not due until 10:45, then we'll just have a few minutes break in between. So welcome everybody. This is the Getting Connected or the Get Connected Wi-Fi and Logging In session. In this one, we're just looking at, he says, pressing the button and nothing's happening. There we go. Very first of all, we've got internet access. Now, if any of you are underneath the age of 18, you do need to get your parents and or guardians' consent to having access to the internet, because you do get full unlimited access on all of our campuses. Without that consent, you can't get the access, and that is a government law that we have to follow. If you're over the age of 18, well, then you won't actually get the links taking you to those pages. So those of you, if you are underneath the age of 18, make sure you get that consent filled out, and then 24 hours later, you'll get your internet access given to you. You all must be enrolled in your courses before you're granted access to the internet. Now, being enrolled in a course doesn't necessarily mean that you've chosen all of your classes and everything, but you have been through SciNet to actually get your enrollment underway. Now, once you are on campus, there are a number of different Wi-Fi services available. The one that you want to be on is UQ. Now, there are two. There's UQ and there's UQ Guest. And I've encountered a number of students recently who are connected to UQ Guest. That really restricts what you can do. So make sure that you are connected to the UQ, and your login will be your student names, which are effectively your student numbers, but minus the last digit. So it's at the letter S and the first 7 digits of your student number. The Eduroam network is used only if you are going to be going to other universities. So if you're going to go to Griffith or QUT or ACU and you want to be able to use your internet access, then you can connect to the Eduroam network. But if your entire studying, all of your studying is happening here at UQ, just want to be on UQ because it's way easy to connect to. And it's the same username and password that you log into everything. And that's why it's called a single sign-on. Same username, same password. That's why it's really, really, really important that you don't share those details. So passwords, as I said, single sign-on interface, so student account number and password. If you need to reset your password, you can do so through the UQ password change webpage. So that's an easy Google, UQ password change. If you do need help with your passwords, then as Kaya was saying, ask us. Make sure you talk to the Ask Us team. They're available in all of our library branches. You can contact them through our library website with the little chat service that's available. Always available, always ready to help. So again, though, you really must not share your username or passwords with anyone. As a way of trying to stop improper access, the university has rolled out multi-factor authentication, which hopefully you've all encountered previously, or if you've never encountered it before, well, basically it's a second way of confirming that you are you. The app of default that we use is called Duo, so DUO, and there is a mobile app for it, which works really well, and it's very easy to set up. You can use other applications though. The other authorization type apps, you can use those if you wish. Instructions are available. And again, Ask Us can help you with any questions that you have. but you do have to use it. But there are options available. So have a look at the I'll just go with MFA website. So mfa.uq.edu.au. Have a look at that website, and that will give you all the information you need. But again, talk to the Ask Us team. As mentioned before, signing in is a simple matter of using your student number with your password, and you can use those to log into any of the desktop machines around the library. So the library does have quite a number of machines that you can use. So you've come into the library, perhaps, and your laptop is flat. Well, you can log into one of our public workstations. Usernumber and password. Now, actually, let me go back one page. These public workstations, they have Windows 11 on them. They have access to all the Office products. What happens is that it creates a profile on the machine for you, and only you can access that profile. So you finish on that machine, you log off. I come along and log on. I'm not seeing your work. I will get my own profile that only I can see. Now, what does happen on these machines is, because the profiles can very quickly start to fill the machines up, once every 7 days, those profiles will be wiped out. So if there's any information that you stored on the machine that you need, make sure you get it off the machine. Make sure you send it to a cloud service, or you email it to yourself, or you put in a USB stick and simply save it to USB stick. But approximately every 7 days, a little wiping program will happen, and any profiles that have been unused for that length of time will be wiped out. Once they're wiped out, you cannot recover any data that was on them. So do make sure you get your data off. It's also very important to remember that you log out of our desktops once you finish with them. Now, some trouble-free computing tips while you're here at UQ. Back up your work. Always, computer failure and loss is no excuse for late submissions. My computer broke down is the modern day equivalent of the dog ate my homework. So make sure you've got backups. You can USB sticks, save it to cloud services, email yourself a copy. If you are going to use a USB stick or a hard drive, though, do remember that if you stick that in the same bag as your laptop, you don't have a backup then, because if you lose the bag, you've lost the lot. So do make sure you keep them separately. Make sure you are making use of antivirus. Now, Windows Defender, if you're using a Windows-based machine, is the default piece of software on there. It's really very good at what it does these days. You know, Microsoft were taking a kicking years ago for allowing viruses to run rampant through their machines. So it's in their own best interest to have made Windows Defender as good as it is. But you don't have to use it. There are plenty of different options available. Just remember, if you are using a free service, that they do not update as regularly as paid services do, so there will be a limitation for them. Please do make sure you safeguard your devices whilst you're here on campus. Don't leave them unattended. Doesn't matter if you need to go to the toilet. Take them with you. Better to lose your space on a machine than to come back and find your stuff is gone. Also, please do update your systems regularly. When you're doing exams, and our exam support team has found that a lot of issues that students experience when the exam times approach and accessing exams online are often fixed by simply running the updates and updating the machines with all the security patches and fixes that they're supposed to have. So do make sure you run your system updates regularly, because as we say at the bottom here, out-of-date systems have been known to cause issues during online exams. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, please, when you're using our public machines, do make sure that you log out. You are responsible for anything that happens under your login details, which is why, once again, never share your username and password with people. Never let anyone use your login details. It doesn't matter how well you know that person. You are responsible for anything that happens under your username. So just like at the end of Kai's little session, you get to scan and win. You don't just get one entry in this. Every time you come to one of our sessions, you get the chance to scan and win. So scan away, fill in the information, and 6 of you somewhere will win one of $50 e-gift vouchers. And of course, you can always contact us. This is the training email address, training@library.uq.edu.au. Training team currently consists of myself and Kaya and Luke and Stefan and Cameron. All of us are available at various times throughout the week. So drop us an email if you need assistance, and we are only too happy to help and assist. If your computer is broken and won't launch, then that's a task for the Ask Us team. But if you're using some software and it's not working properly, or you just got a few questions, ask away. That's what we're here for. training@library.uq.edu.au. And at this point in time, we are 3 minutes away from the next session, which is going to be our Learn UQ Blackboard session. So if there's no questions, I will bring this particular slideshow down and load up the next one. Does anyone have any questions before I do that?